Hola a todos, Treecks aquí. Bienvenido de nuevo a Croc, Legend of the Gobbos. Yeah, my apologies. For some reason this desert theme and the music that's actually playing is giving me some kind of Mexican vibe. I'm not too sure why. But anyway, let's return to English. Let's continue playing Croc, Legend of the Gobbos, World 3, Stage 3. Who would have guessed? We're going underground. So we're not going to see a whole lot of desert probably, because this promises to be a cave stage, and not just any cave stage, but one that's actually going to be underground for the entire thing. But we'll see how it goes. Well, first thing I'm noticing is that this is actually a regular cave, one that actually appeared in World 1, complete with lava and everything. I can't reach that. And I think I know why I can't reach that. I'm supposed to not reach it. Okay, let's grab you first. And now let's go see what that button did. It did what you expected it would do. Gave us an extra platform. And now we can reach you. See, this game isn't impossible to clear. Sometimes you just need to clear a puzzle. Before something that looks impossible is actually doable. Okay, more regular cave stages. And a door leading somewhere. I have no idea where, so let's go check it out. Oh yeah, this part. Now I remember. Okay, for some reason we find a yellow crystal in here. The further and further we get in this game, the more these crystals are actually out of alignment, if you know what I mean. In the previous stage we also find the yellow one last. And now we're finding it second. Okay, not every single one of these platforms is actually moving, as you can see. And I'm actually pretty sure I can reach that. Yeah, I can. I deserve to be punished for that stupid jump, but apparently you don't need that final moving platform. Okay, and the more we play with the stage, the more I feel this actually belongs to World 1. Why does this cave level have the aesthetic of World 1? Because the desert world still has its own cave theme after all, so I'm not sure why they didn't use it here. Okay, this looks tricky. Platforms that disappear at some points are always scary. Okay, please say that you're going to move. The fact that this platform leaded nowhere at first sight kind of gave away that it was going to move on its own the moment we touched it. Okay. Reaching the middle of the room has a reward. Gobbo number 3 already. And we're not even on the main pathway yet. So let's make sure we are by moving on right over here. Okay, now that we have the key, we can continue, which is this direction. Okay, this looks like a minigame to me. And that is because it is. If you press this button, a button will appear, timed, as you can hear by the sound effect on the background. And we need to press another button, which we can reach by this platform, the all directions platform. Okay, let's go. Final one. And a platform spawns. So we can reach this higher one. And you can guess what's going to be in it. The reward for any minigame, a Gobbo. And this one should be a crystal. Never mind, not a crystal. There's a couple of regular ones. We're still missing 2, so... Okay, this switch is actually our way up to the final part of the stage. And the key we can find in the next underwater section. We're not just going underground in this stage, we're also going underwater. Okay, a couple of these sniper dudes are down here, so make sure they don't see you. Because of the limited movement you have underwater, you can't move too fast. The moment they spot you and start shooting at you, there's no way you can avoid them. Croc simply can't move quick enough underwater. Which sounds like a very big contradiction, because I'm pretty sure crocodiles in real life are much quicker underwater than they are on land. They're evolved to be able to actually move around in the water way more efficiently. Short limbs and a very long tail. It kind of gives away that they're more designed for underwater business. But it does not apply to this croc, it seems. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's something behind us. Yeah, there is. There's actually a switch at the final part of this room, but you actually don't need it. You can simply jump this. So, you are useless. Oh, oops. I'm pretty sure I deserve that. That's what you get for trying to cheese the game. The game is immediately like, I will strike back at you. Of course, the game actually wants you to approach that platform while hanging on the grating, so the platform is also going to be situated under the grating. In that case, let's just do it the normal way. So I can say, at least I have shown that way off as well. I did show off how to cheese it. I just didn't succeed in it, but at least you know what to do. This is the normal way. Okay, I still like to try it again in all honesty, so... Because I know it is possible. As you can see, the platform is directly underneath the grating, so it's a pretty tricky jump, but it's definitely possible to make. Like this. The cheese is still real. Yeah, this guy's range is actually a lot bigger than I initially thought. Sometimes even if you think you're pretty far past that guy already, he can still knock you off, so don't get surprised by this guy. Okay, next race. Let's make sure we go the right way. I'm not going to care for grabbing every single one of these crystals. It's more important that the key stays intact. Okay, here's the cage, but no key yet, so let's continue running. Stupid rubber banding. It's not fair. Okay, at least the balloon gives us a little bit of a head start. And there we go. Okay, this one's relatively easy because of the balloon. It definitely moves faster than the ghost does, so... Put you ahead by quite a lot. Okay, you should be around here somewhere. Yeah, there you are. Okay, let's head back to the end. This time a little bit less hectic, because there's no guy chasing us. Trying to snatch a key before we can snatch it. And there we go. First try so far on every single one of these. Would be nice if I'm actually able to do it without failing a single one of these. To be honest, it rarely happens with me. There's actually one coming up in a later stage that is actually really tricky to do. And that's usually the one where I fail. But first, it's time for a boss stage. The Deadly Tank of Neptuna. The name and the overworld kind of give away what this is going to be. Here's our little fishy friend. And here's Dante's hand. And here is our next boss. And yeah, all this together gives away enough. It is going to be an underwater boss. And also an underwater stage, because of course, the stage itself, as we need to do before the boss, the two traditional rooms, is also going to be underwater. So, if you're not the biggest fan of underwater mechanics, or just not the biggest pro at executing them, this is not going to be a fun stage, because it's going to be 100% underwater. And also the second stage in a row that definitely does not feel as a desert stage. The previous stage, because of making use of the World 1 aesthetic for some reason in the caves, and this one being underwater, which is also something you don't normally find in a desert. Unless you're hanging around at an oasis, but even those usually don't have this much water. Okay, nothing this way. More crystals. Trying to collect our traditional 50. However, we have these sniper dudes again. So make sure to only approach them when they're swimming the other way, otherwise you have a problem. Also avoid these electrical gates. You can take an extra risk for a 1-up if you'd like. Okay, these crab dudes can be tricky because they try to jump for you. Just remember, you can kill them, so don't bother trying to avoid them. Killing them is way easier. And after 2 rooms are done, it is time to face the boss in this underwater arena. Okay, one thing does not change. Just try to stay away from him. Wait for him to attack you with his trident. If he misses you, he lowers his guard and you can hit him. So it pretty much works the same as any other boss in this game. With the only exception that we're now underwater. So the attacking and moving away from him can be a little bit tricky. And he learns an extra attack the moment you've hit him twice. He also becomes a sniper. And yeah, that is pretty much impossible to avoid, I think. So don't count on actually bringing home a lot of crystals in this stage. Let that be clear. Okay, his curse got broken. I'm not too sure if this guy's too happy about it, because he went from King of the Seas back to a regular guppy. I'm pretty sure he would have preferred being the first one. But anyway, it was all Baron Dante's magic, of course. It needs to be broken for us to enter the first special stage of World 3, which is finally going to be an actual desert level again, finally. And it's going to be a word pun on the famous Arabian Nights called Arabian Heights. And this is going to introduce us to something we did not see yet in the desert-themed world. Athletic platforming. Platforming with nothing but endless pits surrounding us. Something we already knew from World 1 and 2. But World 3 is also going to get its turn now. Okay, other way apparently. It's the downside of these dark rooms. You can't always see where the progression is. This stage is going to make use of a lot of these sniper dudes. We're going to find a lot of them in this stage. I do really like the thunder effect that's also present here. Also helps creating an extra awesome atmosphere here. Besides the room being dark. The thunder and lightning also create some extra mystery. Okay, let's first grab you. And then let's get back to business. The dark actually makes it pretty hard to see these guys, but as you can see there's a lot of the sniper dudes here trying to shoot us from a distance. And the fact that it's dark actually makes it really hard to see these guys coming. Making it extra challenging. Okay, here's another one on the next platform. I always try to actually jump towards them at an angle, because that way they actually always shoot underneath you, as you can see. Otherwise it's pretty much impossible to avoid them if you start jumping towards them directly. But this way, these guys can be handled, as you can see. Okay, that was room number 1. Okay, whoa, whoa, what the hell? Free fall! And landing on some crumbling platforms, okay. Interesting room. Easy to get some crystals, at least. Okay, this looks pretty difficult. Okay, the trick here is to actually jump on a platform and immediately jump again. So he actually shoots under you. Because he will aim for you the moment you land on the platform. So the trick is to immediately jump again the moment you land. And even then, it's not a guarantee you can avoid this guy. Yeah, I did promise these guys were going to get annoying at some point in this game. I think we have reached that point by now. Okay, back in Arabian Heights. Another dark section with lightning. And more snipers that are both difficult to see and difficult to avoid. Especially if they start placing them on higher altitudes. And situations like these usually tend to happen. Okay, I'm out of extra hits, but luckily the game gives me a couple of extra crystals now. But we're still not out of the woods yet. here more of them come. This time they're actually placed on the side, so just keep on moving to avoid these guys. Don't bother trying to kill them. There's no need to. Okay, final room. Nothing behind us, so let's do this again. Something we already knew. And this time, for some reason, they do have the desert theme in this cave area. Still not too sure why they don't just always use it, but apparently they'd like to vary their caves a little bit sometimes. Okay, and that was the special stage. Let's move on to the regular stages again. Sand and Freedom is stage 3-4. So we're back to collecting Gobbos again. Okay, now the athletic aesthetic also gets introduced in the regular stages. And even better this time, because it's not a dark room this time, so we can actually see the complete background. Oh. Okay, I lived. Oh. I don't like these things. Okay, let's go over here first, because we want something from here. All the way at the end of this pathway, we can find a Gobbo on a small little pedestal over here. Which also function as the tiniest platforms in this game, by the way. So it's very easy to fall off those. But there we go. That was part 1 of this room. Now let's head the other way, where we can actually find another cage. Hiding a switch. So we need to find a key. And this balloon actually leads us towards it. If Croc actually wants to bother holding on to it. There we go. And this is our way back. Okay, and this will actually spawn some platforms leading towards the next room. So we can actually reach it. Let's not forget to jump. Apparently I'm allowed to live in this room. Multiple times I deserve to die, but unsuccessfully. So far I haven't had much luck with these guys, so hopefully I'm going to do better this time. Make sure he's as far away from you as he possibly can be, and you should be safe, as you can see. In case you were wondering if you just simply always fall off whenever he jumps. You in fact do not. If you're far enough away from him, you're safe. So I can finally say I've been able to do this successfully as well. Let's open you up as a reward. And let's move on. Okay, we get the big key door in our face immediately. So let's go up here. There's the big key already. Now let's get there. Simple enough. Make sure to jump on top of you. Because that was another sniper. Oh, don't you respawn. At least not when I'm still around. Oh, come on. Having trouble getting Croc to hold onto these balloons now. I'm not too sure why, because you don't actually have to hold the cross button in order to float around. Just jumping and touching the balloon should be enough for that. But I'm probably just moving too fast. Okay, the rest is unreachable, so we're forced in here for now. Okay, and there's a split pathway in here. Let's do this room first, because this looks like a dead end anyway. So let's go grab the goodies in here first. Okay, this one moves the middle platform. And apparently it's a temporal switch, so I need to do this first. Okay, Gobbo. And that is too high up. I should have done it the other way around. Okay, let's try this again. Sometimes it's a little bit too tempting breaking open the crate. Sometimes it's better not to do it. Because the crates in this game are more than just ways to actually hide goodies. Sometimes they're also used as platforms. And instinctively I sometimes forget about that. But at least we don't have to break open the box this time around. We already have the Gobbo. If you die, you actually keep all of your collectibles. The Gobbos and the colored crystals you've collected will actually remain in your pockets. Or must I say backpack in the Croc's case. He's not wearing any clothes other than the backpack, so he does not have any pockets other than the pockets in his backpack. Okay, interesting fish. I'm not really sure how these guys live in that acid over there, but apparently it's their little thing. They're not too dangerous. They do hop out to shoot some projectiles at you, but usually their aim is pretty terrible. Okay, 2 keys in our possession. Always nice to see on the screen. A big key and a small key in our possession. Does not always happen. So let's head back into the caves. Let's screw up the controls again. Okay, this room we already cleared, so let's move on to the previous one. Where we actually walked into a situation where we couldn't progress. Oh, barely, but it counts. First you. And we need to go back to that other ledge. Oh, oops. There go all my hard-earned crystals again. If you get hit over a pit, you don't really have the opportunity to recollect them, so... Okay. As long as we don't die, that's the most important thing. Should be one more room remaining. And that is randomly a World 1 cave again. Not the first time. But it does feel kind of random. Okay, what are you? Gobbo. Oh, the other way is nothing. I thought there were 2 crates here. The other one was just a gong. No. Ah, doesn't matter. I already lost all my crystals a moment ago, so... Didn't really have a whole lot of them to lose. In here we only find the crystal door. Not the gong, that's the other way. Okay, this one, if I remember correctly, is pretty difficult. Not going to declare this one impossible just yet, because I might be misremembering. But I'm pretty sure it's this one. Going to be pretty difficult part in this. Yeah, these small platforms over here. It's actually really difficult doing those at full speed. Okay, thanks to the balloon, there's actually no way you can lose this race. I was indeed misremembering. It's the next stage that is going to be the super difficult one. This one is still pretty doable. And a fun fact about this one, this is actually the beginning platform. So if you really don't care about crystals in this game, you can simply cheese the stage by immediately jumping over here. The gong is already reachable from the beginning platform. Making this one super easy to actually win. But okay, I did this one fair and square, so... This one is in all honesty not really that difficult to win because of the balloon at the end. But still, the most tricky one is still coming up. And for that one, we need to watch the next episode, I'm afraid, because 24 minutes. And that is enough for me to say, today's episode is done. See you next time when we finish off World 3, hopefully. Treecks out, and thanks for watching.